Howdy folks, my name's Christian and welcome to Bullish on Farming. Would you take a look at that? Waking up to this morning, it's, October 3rd. It's a beautiful morning, the sun's out. We did get a hard frost this morning, the first of the season. And some folks take their cattle off of their fields after first frost because of toxicity that can arise in the plants from the frost and the stress it puts on the plant. But in previous years, the owners said that this herd's never come off grass, so we have no problems with the pasture mix that goes on this farm. And that's good to know. I did bring out a bale of hay to bring some fibrous roughage to just comfort the cattle's rumen. You know, on this last lap, because we got a nice flush by the end of September, that really used all the moisture in the soil and the heat that the sun wanted to offer us. We got a nice flush, and the cattle's poop is still kind of runny and green. You folks who run cattle know what I'm talking about. And since this is our last lap of the farm, rolling out some hay in some areas that are eroded or need some carbon love is always a good practice. I'll come back with a pitchfork in some of the thicker areas after the cattle have picked from it and spread around just the thicker stuff that would cause some smothering. And we're not too picky about it either because this is a regenerative process. So building topsoil and fertility takes priority, not necessarily just short-term effects. So if a place has a little bit more bale residue than we would like for that next year, that's fine because it comes in nice and strong on the second year. And we got our grazing program nice and sound with proper rest day rotation. So we're not really too worried about not having enough grass. We can accommodate rolling out some carbon and rehabbing some surface area if it means a couple years, because the bigger picture is to have the most fertile pastures and benefit our farm, our animals, and the land. And the beauty is that the consequences of that on a business side are very favorable if you're running a grass-fed, pasture-raised operation, because the very essence of how you raise your animals is strengthened off the land. And the more fertile your land, the more fertile your production will be. So that's why we like spreading some hay down. And I'm not gonna lie, it was my first year working with this herd with first frost. Actually, that's not true. I did take them off grass last year because I was just doing safe practice, and I noticed there's some Johnson grass in our pastures. But I ran it by the owners this year, and you know, they've had these cattle for like 10 years, so they said they've never taken them off. So that gave me some confidence and reassurance that the pasture blend they got going on here on their land is tolerable by the cattle. And yeah, I did take a video of moving these girls into this field yesterday. And actually I came in this morning and they had blown through this fence. It was either them or a deer. And well, I just called them all the way over to one side of the field, pulled the reel out again. So I don't know when that happened, but they grazed in here. There's some tips taken off, but still plenty of feed here, folks. Another 2 days yet on this half, and another 24 hours to go there. For those of you, I haven't mentioned it in a bit, so I'll mention it again. Right now we got 21 mums in here, 20 calves, 20 mums, 20 calves, and 8 steers. We have taken out a couple cow-calf pairs, and those are the mums that we're going to be culling next year. Well, this fall, so they won't be in the group next year. And we're just waiting for them to wean off their calves, which is pretty soon now. And so these girls are eating good October 3rd. And we got plenty of grass. We got grazing days ahead of us for the rest of this month. So we're excited about it. And so are our calves. Taking a look at our calves, they're still on a nutritionally dense grass-fed diet. And our calves, you know, we calved out in April. And so what do we got here? 5 to 6 month old calves. Some are younger, obviously. But as I look at these guys, take a look at their guts. 20, I think that was born in May. So May, June, July, August, September. That's 5 months. So that's a 5-month-old calf there. Could be a little younger, a little older. We got our steers now. Take a look at this champion right here. Now we're running Angus, folks, so it's a larger frame cow. But for what they're eating, only on grass, take a look at the condition of our cattle. Take a look at the gut on that guy. And that's because he just does that all day. And he gets more than enough to do it. Gotta love it. Take a look at this steer here. Take a look at the barrel on this boy. Nice and full. Folks, the longer you keep your cattle on pasture, those that you're going out for meat, and your calves too, right as they're calved out. Take a look at the gut on this calf right here. Woo! Looking good, boys and girls. We got another one behind it. The longer that you keep your steers and heifers that you're going out for beef on grass every year, the more weight that they're putting on, essentially. Now, if you're feeding your cattle grain, that's a totally different game. Okay, it's a much higher calorie diet that puts weight quicker onto the cattle. We don't do that. We do grain finish some beef for a hotel, and that's for the chef's request, and we understand that. But we do grass finish the beef we sell off the farm. And well, let's just say that you're grazing high quality pastures close to 7-8 months out of the year. That's better off than 4-5 months out of the year. Year after year, imagine the difference that's going to make with your crop, with your calves, and how they grow out to finish. And not to mention the quality of life you're going to be giving your herd in general, right? So imagine you were grazing even more than that, even more than 7-8 months. And there are people who do year-round grazing, and you can get your land to that point. You need to have pretty developed pastures with a lot of carbon cover and very little bare soil to get you through the mud season and wet months. And it also depends on where you are in the world. You can't really just do it anywhere. Because we have sub-zero freezing temperatures here in Canada, we bale graze. So there is a short period where the cattle are off of our fields, and that window is closing. But a short time we will have the cattle on a high and dry field, not mob grazing pasture, but still methodically bale grazing through a field that is quite firm, stony, and can take the cattle's impact, and has a lot of water runoff so it doesn't stay soaking wet. We have a field like that we use, and I've mentioned it in previous videos. It's the field that we calve on, and at the end of this season, on the in-between, waiting for the ground to really freeze up to get the cattle out to bale graze, they're going to be there as well. And we do have a permanent winter paddock setting if we need the cattle there. But the idea is to keep them there for very short periods of time. And if we need to sort some cattle, we can do it there. And if we need to keep them there for a week, we can do it for, unforeseen circumstances. But The idea is to keep the animals on the land as much as the year as possible in a sustainable way. So you don't want to be hitting diminishing returns and depreciating your soil health by pulverizing it just for the sake of keeping your animals on the land. But you do want to work towards increasing the quality of your land so that it can accommodate your animals at times of the year that it may not currently be able to. And that's the beauty of regenerative farming, is that's always possible and you can always work towards that. And that's what us guys focus on, and we like kind of just sharing in these videos because in today's day and age, it's totally possible. And, you know, you do it for the love of the game, so that's got to be there. But if you're watching this video, I think that's a little bit inside of you. Either way, it's a pleasure to make these videos, folks, and give you a window into this world up here. God bless you all. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the support. We'll see you on the next one.